Hello, and today we're doing predictions for match day number 22 of the Scottish Premiership. And guess what, people? It's time for the Old Firm. It's back. It kicks off on the 2nd at 12:30. Make sure you watch it because you will not regret it. It's always full of rivalry, it's always full of bad tackling, and always, usually, full of drama. Of course, this week we're going to look back at last week's results. I'm not sure if I actually got round to predicting them, but the main thing is we're going to look at what the results were and how the teams are going, shaping into this week. And we're going to reveal now the song of the week. It is "'Cause I Don't Care When I'm With My Baby, All the Bad Things Disappear, and you're making me feel like I'm lost somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, Yeah, that's the song of the week by Ed Sheeran featuring Justin Bieber. And what is the colour of the week? Well, it's black. But the theme of the week, of course, is New Year's because it's 2021, people. You love to see it. But let's get into these predictions, and it's going to be an interesting one. Rangers against Celtic. Now, Rangers' last performance was, of course, that 2-0 win over Hibernian with goals from Hang on, I'm looking at Ross County. Just because they start with an R doesn't mean that's the team, sorry. They did get a 2-0 win, but it wasn't Ross County. It was goals from Kemar Roof and, of course, that man again, Alfredo Morelos. He was linked with loads of times he was going to leave, but he seems to stay, and basically, silencing the St Mirren fans. That was, unfortunate. But fair play, Rangers. 2 goals in the space of about 6 minutes is impressive, but they are looking good for the title, and they're very much looking to stop Celtic this season in terms of getting their 10th consecutive on the bounce for titles. So, Steven Gerrard's got to be happy with his team. They've got momentum, they're winning games, and the gap is quite sizable now. 16 points. Can Celtic pull that back? Well, they do, of course, 3 games, over them. 3 games in hand. Do the Celtic boys, but I just don't think that Rangers can be stopped at this point. But the question is, can they be stopped in this game? Well, obviously, Celtic's last result was a 3-0 win over Dundee United. Fairly comfortable stuff. Odsonne Edouard getting a goal again. Turnbull, and also Ismail Soro. So I think that this game is not going to be as dominant as the Dundee United one for Celtic, but I do think that Celtic are going to win this. I know it could be a big turning point, but it's going to be a tight one. It always is in the Old Firm. So I'll say Rangers 1, Celtic 2. And goal scorers, well, I think Rangers actually will take the lead. Who they take the lead through, though, I'm not sure. Let's go for a goal from Stephen Davis. And then Celtic hit back to turn around the game and get a massive, massive 2-1 win to close the gap. And those goals for Celtic will come from, first of all, Scott Brown, who's always up for us, Old Firm. And let's also say a goal from the new arrival that came from West Ham, Albion Ajeti. All right, let's move on to the next game. This game week, it is Ross County up against St Johnston, and this sees, of course, 9th taking on 11th. Now, Ross County started the season really well, and now they've started having a little bit of a dip. I said at the start of the season I thought Ross County would finish bottom, and they're not too far off that. Just 1 point separating them and Hamilton. Now, if you look at Ross County's last few games, they're really looking like a team that are out of sorts, really. But the win last week was so big. Can they turn around their form? Is that the turning point in that win against Hibernian? Possibly, but I don't know. It's a really tough one to call. So I kind of think to myself, with Ross County, they might struggle. And in this game against St Johnston, it's a bit of a 6-pointer. So I don't know. You'd say that both sides haven't had great form because St Johnston, their last result, of course, that draw, and before that, just like Ross County, they had 4 losses on the bounce. So they really do need something in this game, one of the teams. But I think that both sides will get a point, and it'll end Ross County 1, St Johnston 1. Now, is it going to be a game, of course, between the teams known as Hibernian and Livingston. Now, I think it was Livingston's game that got called off because of a frozen pitch or something like that. So that's pretty unfortunate. But luckily for Livingston, they don't have to play at home this week. Although, not too lucky that they have to travel all the way to Hibernian, which is always going to be a tough game. Hibernian are a good side this season, and they're just 2 points off Aberdeen in 4th place going into this one. And they're coming off the back of 2 successive defeats. So they really need to prove a point here, Hibernian. But I think they will do. Livingston are the much weaker team in this game. So I'll say Hibernian 3, Livingston 0. And goal scorers, well, I can't be bothered. I think I just felt like I wanted to do goal scorers in the Old Firm one, but other than that, there's just no need for it. Then Hamilton against Motherwell, another big game. Obviously, Motherwell haven't been the best of form, have they? The last 5 games, no wins, and they're still stuck on 17. But they have got 2 games in hand, so you could say that. But at the end of the day, it's not looking good. So they really need to turn things around here, and they're facing a Motherwell Hamilton team that are bottom. So just like that Ross County game, it's a bit of a 6-pointer really. But I'm just leaning towards a Motherwell win. I think they do have the capability to get wins. It's just a thing of confidence. If they can go on a good run, they'll start getting more points. Like you saw, halfway through the season. That's happened so far. So I'm going to go for a narrow Motherwell win here. I'm going to say it'll end on the day for the team in Motherwell, or in Hamilton. Hamilton 0, Motherwell 1. Now we've got Aberdeen taking on Dundee United, and this is a big game. It's got to be said. I'm not sure how I'm going to actually predict this. I might have actually. Hang on. I'm thinking right now. I might have actually. No. I'm doing it as I'm going. What am I on about? Right, Aberdeen Dundee. I'm just going to go as a standard 2-1 win to Aberdeen. I mean, Dundee United could put the pressure on. Against Celtic, they were never going to really do anything, were they? But Aberdeen coming off the back of a game that didn't happen. Simple as that, really. So they've got a rest going into this, so they'll be happy about that. Before that, though, they did get a 2-1 win against St Johnston with the goals from Cosgrove and Taylor doing enough. So I think that Aberdeen will get the 2-1 victory again against Dundee United. And finally, we wrap things up with Kilmarnock against St Mirren. And Kilmarnock, what a massive, massive win against Motherwell last time. Goals from Greg Kilty and Danny Whitehall from the spot. Really, really big for them. In terms of their season, it's been a bit up and down, to be honest. But they'll take 8th place right now, I think. 20 points is not too shabby from 20 games. But they really need to start getting these wins against teams around them. And I think that this matchup, they kind of have to think like it's a bit of a big one. St Mirren haven't been doing too well. They've been a bit off and on, St Mirren. In the last 5 games, they've won 3, lost 2. So what you take from that, I don't know. But I just don't see. I know I said about Kilmarnock getting some big results, but I just don't see it in this game. I think they won't win. Will they draw against St Mirren? Possibly, but I'm going to go for. Yeah, I'm going to say a draw, and I'm going to go for a dull game to end the game week at 3 o'clock on Saturday. So we'll say it'll end Kilmarnock 0, St Mirren 0. Those are my predictions for match day number 22 of the Scottish Premiership. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you smash a like on the video and comment down below your score predictions for this match day. But it's New Year's Eve, people, and... New Year's Day, I should say. What am I on about? It's New Year's Day, and hopefully it should be a good one. But these games, of course, all on Saturday the 2nd. So it's going to be a big day of football for the Scottish Premiership, and especially with that game of the Old Firm. Thanks for watching.